Welcome to the wonderful world of whimsical wood, where magical things happen every day. Ho ho, deep in the whispering woods of Willow Hollow, lived a young owl named Olive. But Olive wasn't like other owls. While her owl friends loved staying up all night and hooting at the stars, Olive just couldn't keep her eyes open after sunset. She would yawn through nighttime stories, blink through moonlight games, and always fell asleep before the stars came out. "Oh, Olive," sighed Grandpa Owl. "Owls are supposed to be nocturnal." "I know," whispered Olive sleepily, "but I like the sunshine and butterflies and warm leaves." One day while the other owlets were taking their afternoon naps, Olive tiptoed out of the tree hollow. She spread her wings and soared through the air, feeling free. Below her, the forest looked like a patchwork quilt of greens and browns. A little bluebird perched on a leafless branch and sang to her. A family of deer watched her pass by, and a red fox trotted along beside her, his bushy tail held high. For a moment, Olive forgot about being an owl and just reveled in the feeling of the wind beneath her wings and the sun on her face. Then suddenly, a bumblebee buzzed past her ear, and Olive panicked. She swooped and dived, and turned and twisted, until she finally landed back in her tree hollow. "It's no use," she sighed. "I may be an owl, but I'm not like the other owls, and I'm certainly not nocturnal." Just then, a wise old turtle poked his head in. "What's the matter, Olive?" he asked. "I wish I could be a day creature," she said, "like the bluebird or the fox or the rabbits. I want to play outside during the day and stay awake when the sun is shining." The turtle smiled. "Why don't you do both?" he suggested. "There's no rule that says an owl can't play in the daytime or that it's bad to enjoy the sun. You're an owl, yes, but you're also you. So why not be both an owl and yourself?" At first, Olive didn't understand. But as the days passed, she began to see what the turtle meant. She realized that she didn't have to choose between being an owl or being herself. She could be both. Now, when the sun peeked through the leaves and the rest of the owls were sleeping soundly in their tree hollows, Olive tiptoed out into the golden glow. She became friends with all the day creatures. Squeaky the squirrel, who taught her how to leap from branch to branch. Bumble the bee, who showed her the best flowers to collect pollen from. And Raya the rabbit, who introduced her to the secret language of the meadow. Together, they played leaf tag, counted clouds, and sipped sweet nectar from dandelions. And though Olive loved being awake during the day, she still missed the nighttime adventures with her owl friends. She missed hooting at the moon, playing hide and seek among the stars, and listening to Grandpa Owl's bedtime stories. So when the sun dipped below the horizon and the fireflies began to glow, Olive returned to her tree hollow and snuggled up to her family. Though she had spent the day playing with the rabbits and the foxes, she knew that she was an owl, and owls are most active at night. Day by day, Olive grew older. She learned to fish with her owl friends, hunt for field mice, and swoop and soar through the night sky. And though she loved nighttime adventures with her owl family, she never forgot her day friends. Often, when the moon was high in the sky and the forest slept, Olive would sneak out of her tree hollow and visit her friends. She and Squeaky would chase each other up and down the oak trees. She and Bumble would sip sweet nectar from the evening primrose, and she and Raya would dance beneath the silver light of the full moon. But even though Olive embraced both her owl nature and her love for the daytime, some of the other owls still teased her. "Look, here comes daydreamer Olive," they would call. "She probably spent all night playing with the rabbits, and now she's too sleepy to hunt." And Olive would sigh and try extra hard to catch a mouse or fish or anything else she could eat. But no matter how hard she tried, She just wasn't as good at hunting at night as her owl friends. Maybe I really am just a daytime creature, she thought sadly one night as she flew back to her tree hollow empty-handed. As soon as she landed, her brother Ollie asked, "What did you catch?" "Nothing," Olive replied quietly. "You didn't catch anything again, did you?" Ollie teased. "I'll say, you're the worst hunter in our family." Suddenly, Olive felt tears pricking at her eyes. Maybe she really was just a day owl and not a proper nocturnal owl after all. She flew to her room, snuggled under her blanket, and closed her eyes tight. Outside, the wind began to howl. Rain poured and thunder crashed. And inside, Olive shivered and shook and cried and cried. "What's wrong, Olive?" Grandpa Owl asked, poking his head in. "I'm just not a very good owl," she sniffled. "I'm not nocturnal like you. I can't hunt at night or fish in the river, and I'm certainly not a very good flyer." "Oh, Olive," Grandpa Owl said, wrapping her in a big hug. "Being an owl isn't about catching the biggest fish, or flying the fastest, or hunting the most prey. Being an owl is about being yourself, doing what feels right to you, and being the best friend and family member you can be. That's what being an owl is all about." And Olive thought about what he said. Did being a nocturnal hunter define what it meant to be an owl? Was that really what made her an owl? Or was there more to it? Just then, a frantic scratching came at the window. It was Squeaky the squirrel. "Come quickly," he cried. "There's trouble in the forest." Before Olive could ask what was wrong, Squeaky had flown away, and though she was afraid, she knew she had to go help him. So Olive shot through the trees and followed his path. Soon, she saw what the trouble was. A sneaky fox was prowling around the daytime nests of the smaller animals, and as she watched in horror, he snatched up a baby bunny and ran off. All the little animals inside the hollow were too scared to come out and warn anyone, and the nighttime owls were fast asleep, all except Olive. She flew high into the trees and hooted louder than ever before. "Fox! Fox in the hollows!" The owls woke up. The forest buzzed, and the sneaky fox ran off, startled by the sudden noise. Everyone cheered. "You saved us, Olive," cried Raya. "You're the best of both worlds," chirped Squeaky. From then on, Olive proudly lived by her own rhythm, awake when she wanted, asleep when she needed, and always ready to help.